DC's turn to ban. Dire team ban.
Aw, come on.
Dire team ban. DC's turn to pick.
Treant Protector.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
I guess it's not really working out. Yeah, I open it up. I flip between the pages in between games. What word will I use? I actually just want to do that with... Yes. Right. Yeah. I actually want to have like a daily caster word that you have to fit into a cast at some point. We did that at TI4. The words were...
DC's turn to pick.
What's that? I don't think I could say that word.
Amalgamation?
In a cast. I think I would screw it up.
Doesn't that mean like a concoction? Like you mixed a lot of stuff in?
10 seconds remaining.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
All right, guys. There's a draft happening. By the way.
Well, there's an amalgamy of heroes on WG.Unity. It's Warlock and Sand King. That'll be the opener.
Are you trying to get brownie points for using that word?
What are you trying to be funny?
All right.
And natural.
Do I have to say it a certain amount of times, or do I have to say it once? Can I test it out? Can I test it out now?
5 seconds.
Amalgamation.
All right, use it in a sentence.
Okay, I actually can talk. I can use the word because I can say it. That's the important thing. Sometimes I can't say
Reserve time.
certain words. Words can be tough, man. Especially when you're talking really fast. It's hard. I don't know. Leave me alone, guys. Talk about the draft, for God's sakes.
All right. Well, Ember Spirit pairs well with the Treant. He gets living armor and stuff. Oh. True.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Reserve time.
Yeah.
DC's turn to ban.
Exactly.
Well, it can, but it's a Warlock, dude. That's a pretty safe... Well, I mean, that's true.
10 seconds remaining.
He does always get his rocks off. That's true.
Dire team
that was funny. That was funny.
Sorry, guys. Okay. Yep, that's true. I'm glad. Slacks is in Sweden, so I'm trying my hardest. It's not working, though.
Oh, he's back in Sweden, huh? I'm doing Dream League? Okay.
Yep, he went right back there from Manila.
God,
you weren't watching Dream League yesterday, Ma? Jeez. Way to support the team, bro.
I was asleep, I think, because I cast till 7 in the morning yesterday.
DC's turn
Well,
to pick.
Look who it is.
That's huge. I love this hero, by the way.
One of the greatest matchups against the Ember Spirit. It's Ursa.
Yeah, he is pretty strong. Or
the Ursa Bear, as some like to call him.
Yeah. So, and and it makes the offlane a bit tougher for DC regardless of who they pick. You know, Ursa is just so good in terms of just like if they leave the Ursa alone, he could do pretty well against pretty much any offlaner.
10
usually,
seconds remaining.
if he is going to be going safe lane, which I imagine he will.
5 seconds remaining.
And now,
Reserve time.
right.
Needs assassin.
Ooh, the next assassin.
DC's turn to pick.
Yeah, spike carapace. It's pretty good. Oh man. No. Invoker, I was yeah.
10
That could be huge
seconds
for them.
remaining.
There's a chance it gets banned out, but I'm not sure. That is pretty good against Ursa.
Dire
The
to
Razor.
ban.
Guys, I'm starting to believe. Yeah. It fits the style.
It's kind of you get rooted for half a second, then the link comes out and you're just
10
your damage is
seconds
gone. And
remaining.
you're
Plus
getting whipped.
telekinesis, dude. Links
Yeah.
for days.
Yeah, and so maybe
5
Warriors
seconds
Gaming Unity might want to
remaining.
think of like dodging or something. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing.
DC's turn to ban.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think.
So
10
do you ban out a
seconds
mid
remaining.
here, or do you think Ursa's going mid and you ban out a safe lane?
5
This is actually a
seconds
really tough
remaining.
last ban from DC.
I'm inclined to believe versus going safe lane, but there's that invoker
DC's
ban.
turn to pick.
Yeah, that's what you were talking about. That's ban. But all right.
Mm-hmm. It's okay.
Could you rotate Ember
10
to bottom and
seconds
have Razor go
remaining.
mid?
Ursa
if that's the
destroys him.
case? I mean, I guess you wouldn't know if the Ursa is going mid until
5
he gets in the
seconds
lane.
remaining. Reserve time.
Yes. Yeah. That's tough.
We are.
Another low-hanging fruit. Well done, Shannon. Glad somebody's got the energy to do it. Yeah. All right.
Bowling is my favorite sport.
You're lying.
You know. Yes, we
Yeah.
do clockwork, but no.
Oh.
It's somebody else. Somebody with a little bit of counter initiation. It is Earthshaker.
Oh, good job not spoiling there. Proud of you.
I'm on it, dude.
Okay. And then also blocks the Ursa if he can get off the Fisher block. I think is very good. So Ursa gets a blink
10
anyway, and then he
seconds
just blinks over
Yep.
and kills people.
I mean, triple melee.
5 seconds remaining.
Really?
Child Warlord.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, melee to top it all off. I think. DC just have the tools. You've got AoE on every single one of these heroes. Even Fatebolt bouncing around is going to do a lot. You know, Razor with his plasma field. I'm on the DC camp. What are you thinking, Suns fan? What do you like?
Yeah. I'm with DC as well.
All right, Andy.
10 seconds
Why
remaining.
not? Yes.
What a nifty draft.
Nifty. He doesn't, dude. This is going to be a beatdown. I mean, unless he somehow gets that 1v1 matchup, Ursa versus Ember, they're just going to whomp it. He's just going to get slapped.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
Remember, folks,
so much.
This is elimination year. This could be our final game of the night. If DC win this, WG are going home, and if WG take it, we will be going to a third game. A lot on the line. Let's see what happens. Mott. Oh.
All right, we are into the game. Again, all of the panelists picking DC for the most part. Just a very strong draft against this Ursa. And we'll see if WarriorsGaming.Unity can overcome the odds, force this to a game 3. Very good team. You know, they had a pretty close game against IGV, but this is going to be tough. We'll see how it goes. We get into the game now. Already a couple wards placed down. Lane ward here for the Radiant as they dropped it. I believe it was going to be Bulba that was able to get there in time and drop the ward down. And then a lane ward placed by Kangaroo, but he might be spotted. Don't believe they see him yet. He's going to walk out, and he's actually sitting in the tree line, which is pretty smart. But anyway, the lane's shaping up. Where are we going to see that aggro tri lane? It looks like it's actually going to be the Troll up top for now. And then the Ursa going mid, it looks to be the case for Nana, as he has the 4-man shield and 2 shared tank with start, Andy.
I'm kind of surprised they're putting the Ursa mid. I think that when we mentioned Razor being against Ursa being the best case scenario, that they would want to stray away from potentially putting him there. But again, it's hard. You have to anticipate what the enemy team wants to do, and every once in a while it's like a 50-50, right? You either guess right or you guess wrong. So when they see that matchup, they'll probably just send another hero mid. Mason starts with the boots. He'll be able to get, you know, free static link damage. I don't think even if the Nyx is in the vicinity that he's going to really be able to do much to deter Mason from farming. Worst case scenario, they force 1 support from DC to go over, and then they still win the lane.
Yeah, this should be a very good start for Mason. I am curious if they are going to rotate Nana out, like you mentioned. Luckily, he has a pretty good block, actually, but Mason can just static him and walk up, and that's exactly what he's doing. Nana's going to lose about 30 damage or so, roughly around that point, and we'll keep our eyes peeled. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Kangaroo, Leech Seed will go. He went for Sandstorm. Now, Bulba, telekinesis to follow up. Abed coming in, Searing Change are there. Do they have the damage? He's taking a lot here, but they would have to dive, and they're going to force out, potentially, the salve from this Sand King.
Getting a nice little bit of pressure, but in the meantime, X-Nova gets a pull. It's a pretty big deal to get the creep wave like that when you're up against this tri-lane. Pretty much gives you free EXP and gold. Can pretty much drag it wherever he wants. Kind of annoying to pull it uphill though. Top lane as well, 4 have taken some damage.
Alright. Shadow Word, auto attacks, the Troll. You know, we've been seeing a lot more Earthshaker in the off lane now. What do you think about this hero, especially in this off lane?
I think he's super strong at the moment. The main thing that I see in Earthshaker is that his talents are amazing. Like, they are all so good. He gets 10 strength or 250 mana at level 10, and then 50 damage or 20 movement speed at 15. Like, those are insane. They're just crazy, crazy good. And when you want to play defensive Dota, and you want that hero who can just be very patient and just sit back and wait for the right opportunity, Earthshaker is really good for that. So is Enigma, to be fair, which I played last game. So
Right.
I'm a fan of the hero. Really, yes.
We saw treads on the Earthshaker in the last series. We'll see if he's going to go for that now. And then, of course, into that Blink Dagger as quickly as possible. Telekinesis from Bulba. Impale just hitting. Can X-Nova get there in time? He cannot. Bulba spam clicking, of course, on that rune is able to secure it. It's those little battles that perhaps make the difference for a support like Bulba here in this game. Yes, he will be moving out of the bottom lane, though, and so Kangaroo will have maybe a bit of a better time trying to last hit. Currently at 4 last hits, and of course 4 last hits for the Earthshaker in the off lane as well. We see.
Kangaroo should be okay.
Yeah, I would hope so. But the Nature's Guys hit. The Sandstorm comes out. They don't have the detection. It's the Orb of Venom from Dubu. Do they have detection on Bulba? He will buy Dust now and probably ferry it out to him, but they can't secure that kill. Coming in bottom. X-Nova's nearby, looking for the Impale. Abed taking some damage. The Burrow Strike to follow up. He's actually maybe into trouble. And auto attacks. The Spike Carapace. Flame Guard. He's going to go down. A big kill between X-Nova and Kangaroo, bringing down the enemy Slave Laner. Big pickup from WarriorsGaming.Unity.
Looks like DC decided to rotate one of the supports away towards mid, but unfortunately, while that was happening bottom...
Oh, no, solo kill mid. Gonna get caught. Mason picks it up. He gets his phase boots, and as soon as that happens, just phases under the tower, grabs the static link, and gets the solo kill against the Ursa.
My lord, I was just gonna compliment Nana on not dying to 2 heroes, but then he dies to 1 hero. Caster's Curse, but really good start for Mason as we kind of expected. The Ursa's still getting some creeps. It's not like he's getting completely shut out of the lane, but you can already tell how much of a struggle it is to play against Razor as melee. And again, another kill for Warriors Gaming bottom lane. Kangaroo just kills Dubu.
And that was without Xnova. I was watching in mid. Xnova is sitting here getting ready to go on Mason, who's a little bit low in HP. We'll see if that's going to be the case. He is flying something out. It is going to be 2 Salves and a Wraith Band for Mason. So already he's got some good farm for himself. Speaking of good farm, though, again, we talked about Kangaroo bottom lane, but also Chuan, 25 last hit. So bottom and top going relatively well for WarriorsGaming.Unity. And those kills coming out for Kangaroo will certainly add up here.
Denied.
He's already got Arcane, for God's sakes.
Arcanes in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. He's got more creeps than his mid player, Mott.
Yeah, I don't know what happened during this bottom lane. I mean, Xnova coming in certainly didn't help, but that's pretty crazy. I mean, Kangaroo is off to a fast start. He's one of the top net worth heroes. Again, it is very early. We'll see if Abed can kind of come back and have a bit of a better laning phase. They're going to try to find him. Dust will go. Burrow Strike, and he's gone. They couldn't find that Nature's Guise, the Sandstorm, and obviously this Sentry placed down as well for WarriorsGaming.Unity, doing a lot of work for Kangaroo, keeping him alive. Again, now mid lane, Xnova's still there. Nana taking a lot of damage from this static link, even as a DD, but he doesn't want to walk up. That static link is too strong.
He's trying to bait it out. He wanted Mason to like fully commit to him, so that way, you know, Xnova could come in from behind, get a stun, and even if you get a bit of damage drain, you have the overpower.
Earth Shock, overpower to come through. Xnova's not there. One more auto attack to Fisher coming out as well, just to make sure they can get this kill. They're going to try to find Xnova. Forever's nearby. Enchant Totem is back up. Spike Carapace is available, so that's the big problem here. Coming in is going to be Boba, looking for the lift. Can he find it? They need vision. Up onto the high ground, he will go, looking for the Impale. Telekinesis is going to be there in time. Again, Spike Carapace is up. He gets it off before that Fisher comes out. Nicely done. He will survive. Ward dropped down in the meantime. And Xnova is going to turn as Nana is in looking to fight, but too little, too late. He won't find anything out of that.
Well, even though Nana, once again, is kind of suffering in his lane, at least the rest of his team is doing pretty well. If you look to Kangaroo, level 5, almost level 6. It's only 6 minutes in. This was the better part of a tri-lane for the beginning of the game, so he's doing all right. Top lane, we haven't really talked about it much because he's kind of just doing his own thing. No one's really up here, except for the ES periodically, but you know, Xian's got the CS going. He's highest farm in the game, and it is a Troll Warlord.
Yeah, he can do a lot of work later in the game.
Just dead.
He had the Shadow Ward off, and I think if he didn't have that, he would be, but he's healing up like crazy. However, another Fisher, as well as Enchant Totem already. Is it enough to get the kill? One more auto attack, and it's going to be enough. That's a solo kill, and it took forever, no pun intended, but he still gets it done.
That took an alarming amount of time.
Right.
And it actually worked. That's the part that is alarming about it. Well, anyway, Kangaroo again.
Dire structures are fortified.
Telekinesis, Searing Chains already, but he doesn't get him off as the Impale comes in again. Xnova continuing to save this elusive Kangaroo. Somehow he's having a heck of a game. Arcane's 500 gold as well. Kangaroo's having a great start, man. This is looking not bad in this bottom lane.
He's almost tied up with Optimus for creeps, so he's doing a phenomenal job, and they're going to lose Dubu again.
Yeah, cost finale to finish it off at level 1, and that's another kill for Kangaroo. He keeps getting it done, and that forces Abed also out of the lane. He doesn't want to deal with those two heroes.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I am kind of in shock at how well this Nyx Sand King lane is doing.
Yeah. I mean, you talked about it too. This is a hero we see a lot in the SEA region, and to very good effect, and it's working. And of course, the Nyx Assassin to help out as well. I mean, both these heroes combining up to get the kills has been amazing. But top lane, Chuan in trouble. The upheaval might save them. Leech Seed, though, is going to take him down as Dubu will secure the kill. They're going to try to chase after one, but he's under the tower. Forev has Fisher in 3. It looks like they won't go for the tower dive. Perhaps they will not. He's in the tree line, so I don't know if they want to grab this. And they're kind of nature guising behind, throwing a ward down. They should know that he's up to the north. But again, they're going to go back bottom. Abed, Flame Guard is up. We need an Impale or Burrow Strike. There's going to be the Spike Carapace, but the Searing Chains will come through. He does have the Remnant, but not the mana for it. The Epicenter getting channeled. There it goes. They get the kill again. Abed dropped once more in this safe lane. Kangaroo and Xnova combining up to get some huge kills down bottom.
My my god. Warriors Gaming. They are doing it, for sure. I mean, yeah, your Ursa's still struggling a bit, but the great thing about Ursa in this lineup is that if your other two lanes are owning, you get Roshan, boom, you're back in the game. That's it. That's all you need is just that one Roshan. You get your Blink Dagger going, your Aegis, and you just bear people.
Radiant's bottom tower
Oh,
is
but
under attack.
it is still pretty rough for Nana. The static link is gone, but Mason has been moving around pretty speedily. Phase boots and a windlace, and he's going drum too. The movement speed is nuts. Now Remnant top lane, trying to find Chuan. The Shadow Ward is up, and X-Nova will TP as well. They need more help if they're going to try to find these kills. Fisher onto 2. The Flame Guard is there. The upheaval to follow up as well. Dubu going to hit him with the Nature's Guys, though. Give him the good old root. And now here comes that Battle Trance. Bulba's low coming in as Forev. He doesn't have Echo Slam, but the Remnant looking for X-Nova at the very least. He's got no Spike Carapace. This should be a kill. The Impale comes out. The Fisher. It is there. And they block Chuan as well. Can they find him? Dubu walking in. And they will not be able to. Chuan salving up now, looking for Dubu, the whirling axes. Now the Burrow Strike. Kangaroo's rotated top as well for Rev. Enchant Totem, he's trying to get out Abed. Searing Chains, but now out of mana. The deny, it is there from Forev. They'll lose one, deny the other. And in the meantime, Mason continues to put pressure on this mid lane.
This like crazy action happening top, and Mason and Nana are just like, you know what? This is a 1v1. Strict 1v1, no help, no gank 20. Just sit here and attack each other and hit creeps.
It's a gentleman's duel.
Yeah, man.
But
I'm all about it. I mean, obviously Nana's at a huge disadvantage in that sense, but...
yeah, he might want some help. We'll see. But the tower now in just about in deny range. DC. Will they be able to take it? They're kind of grouping up mid. And again, we'll have to keep an eye on Roche as well, but that's when maybe...
The Sand King's level 9, he's 100 gold from Blink. At 10 minutes.
And sweet.
Oh, he's owning. We know it.
The Kangaroo is gigantic.
Radiant's top tower is under
If he
attack.
comes out with the Blink Dagger, with a smoke and a good epi, and that leads into Roche, I think Warriors Gaming can very quickly get a lot of momentum in this game just based off that one fact. They do get the tier 1 though for DC, so they're not losing out on all fronts just yet. And I suppose they do have the Rubik for later on in the game. This is actually a pretty nice Rubik game because you can steal Impale from the Nyx or Earthspike, whatever the heck it's called now. You can steal Burrow, another great spell. Those are like the two most fun abilities to have, are just stuns for Rubik.
Yeah, but he's only level 4. That's the crazy thing. I mean, he's the lowest level. He's going to die again. Telekinesis, Battle Trance, Whirling Axes, Ranged Axes. Static one coming in, though. Chuan now out of mana. There's going to be the Static Sword, or excuse me, the Isis Sword coming out. Mason, he's actually going to drum and just solo kill Chuan. The Fisher comes through. The Echo Slam, the Enchant Totem. Wen is dead as well. Mason gets a double kill. He's single-handedly keeping this game even for DC, and now ahead in net worth. He walks up and gets a huge pickoff. Oh.
So, Razor's farmed, guys.
Yes. However, bottom, Dubu in some trouble. The Nature's Guys might save him. The Earth Shock misses. The Enrage is done. Can they find this kill? Looks like no. Abed remnanted back as he was taking some damage elsewhere. He'll TP home. Ooh. Yeah. And there it is. The blink is up for Kangaroo. But again, like you mentioned, the most disconcerting thing for Warriors Gaming is that Mason has some significant farm. He's about to have a Dragonlance too, for God's sakes.
This is an insane amount of farm to have this early on a Razor. He's got 6,200 net worth at 12 minutes into the game. Ooh, that is alarming, to say the least, if you're Warriors Gaming. So they need a priority kill on someone, and potentially, like, they're baiting out their Ursa at the moment.
Kangaroo has that blink. They're going to come in, Blink Burrow, Upheaval. They might get Abed, Sleight of Fist, keeping him alive. There's the Remnant, the Living Armor. If they get dropped by the Earth Shock, it is still a 1-for-1, but that's a pretty good trade for Nana. However, if Wen gets slapped down, that's a problem. Kangaroo coming back in. Blink Burrow is ready. A lot of damage done to Mason. Kangaroo's going to back up. He doesn't want to deal with that damage from the Razor. And again, though, the trade is favorable. I mean, Nana's already behind, but getting a kill on the Ember before going down is huge. But bottom lane, Blink Burrow, they're going to find Forev as well. Kangaroo is all over the map. No Echo Slam ready, but he will get off the Fisher. TP on cooldown. Now coming back up. The Enchant Totem coming through. Kangaroo, he's got the Burrow. Can he get out? X-Nova, Vendetta up. Forev trying to juke through the tree line. Will get the Living Armor, and now they will stop the chase. So Forev will stay alive and try to build closer and closer to that Blink Dagger.
That's a really hard spot to chase heroes in, by the way. Like that little side shop area. There are like a trillion paths you can take out. They're gonna spot out for it though.
Yeah, they are gonna dive potentially. X-Nova. Vendetta hit, Impale to follow up, and do they have the follow up? It looks like they're not gonna come in and dive this. Kangaroo did have Blink Burrow, but he wasn't close enough to use it. So he's able to get out again. Red will live for a second time. Searing Chains coming out, that'll be into Nana, but no follow-up there as everyone else is farming across the map. Razor finally being back bottom just to get some deep push on this Tier 1 tower. Can they find Schwan, though? It's going to be Rubik coming in. They need a telekinesis, but it looks like the Troll's going to back up. And even if he doesn't, WarriorsGaming.Unity are coming in mass down towards this bottom lane. Still, they might find the Troll before this fight breaks out. He's pretty speedy. Eye of the Storm, the static link is there. Chuan in some trouble. The Overgrowth gets off. It's the Golem, but it's too little too late, and they'll find one on the other side. Golem stolen. Dropped down by Bulba. Kangaroo might be next. The Impale will come through. Oh, man. Plasma Field, not enough. The Spike Carapace will come out. Mason has the Shadow Word doing some damage to him as well. Coming back in on the other side is Forev. He has that Echo Slam ready, but the Shrine is up. In the meantime, mid, Ember Spear pushing into the Tier 2 tower. They got to pick and choose. The Tier 1 tower getting assaulted bottom. And we'll see if WarriorsGaming.Unity now with Troll back alive want to fight X-Nova. Do they have detection? He's just walking up. Spike Carapace will go. They don't see him. Now the living armor. Uh-oh, Mason in trouble. The Burrow Strike. The Fisher coming out. They need to get him out of there alive. He sticks up. He might live. The Whirling Axes miss. The Shadow Word taking him down, though, and the Caustic Finale will drop him. They stay way too long without any detection. Burrow Strike at least misses. Stolen by Bulba. Again, the Enchant Totem. He's got Echo Slam. Spike Carapace is about to be used. Echo comes out to get the kill. Forev gets it done. Fisher coming in as well, and Wen now trying to run. Burrow Strike stolen again. Bulba gets it off. Another Enchant Totem. And here comes Abed. They don't even need him to get the kill. Forev doing more than enough damage with this Enchant Totem, even at level 1. Beautiful turnaround there from DC.
Oh man, poor Kangaroo, dude. He was so close to hitting that stun. And then Bulba just making plays. How do you get Golem? How does that happen, Mott? How does that spell get stolen? I mean, I guess it was a panic drop because they were trying to save their core player. And he dropped it like a split second too late, and then he's like, oh, I didn't save my core. But he didn't think about Rubik being in the city. So I guess it was more of a rhetorical question of how it gets stolen. But yeah, in that situation, it's really tough because you want to drop it to make sure that the Troll doesn't die. But as soon as you do, you get punished. And then obviously, Bulba getting his hands on the Burrow Strike too. Amazing teamplay there from DC.
It's a really good Rubik spell. Getting that Burrow Strike is pretty nuts. But they are going to push bottom. Nana now up into Phase and Blink. And, of course, he also took Roche in the meantime. We didn't talk about that, but he does take Roche, which is interesting. So he's kind of back, as you talked about. This is what happens. You look at the Nature Skies hit. Nana now looking to dive onto Dubu. They're trying to find this tree. And he does have Overgrowth, but I don't think he's going to be able to use it here. He gets slaughtered by the Impale and the Overpower from Nana. So they'll drop him. In the meantime, Abed has just been split pushing. He really hasn't been involved in these fights. He was a little bit behind. X-Nova will come in. The Impale about to be used, but Abed, again, he does have the Remnant available. And he will buy his Boots of Travel as well.
Yeah, as far as Abed goes in this game, it's why you don't see a lot of safe lane Embers. The hero really wants levels. You really don't want to tri-lane with an Ember who can the faster he gets 6, the faster he comes online. So, kind of getting chased here.
77 damage stolen isn't enough. Eye of the Storm will fall off. They need an Enchant Totem. The Earth Shock. Fisher back up in 10. Nana's still trying to juke through the trees, and I think he's gone. He blinks out in time. Needed a little bit more damage stolen, or Forev needed to have that enchant earlier, but couldn't quite find the opening. When he gets Blink Dagger, that kills a whole lot easier, but he's still 500 gold away. And they're going to try to turn on Mason. Epicenter getting channeled. They're going to come in. They need that living armor and the Overgrowth to come through. Mason's still alive now, but can he get away in time? Drum Charge is ready. Golem is dropped. They're throwing everything. They really want this kill. They'll turn their attention to Dubu, and that might be all they get through this fight. Forev, maybe they can turn onto him. They have a Blink Burrow ready. Can they get it off? He's not there. Instead, chasing elsewhere. Gets flooded for Searing Chains, Remnant out, and Nana misses the Earthshock as well. On the back end, Xnova looking for a Vendetta hit, but it might have to be on Forev. Could be big. They're going to back up. They don't know he's here. They don't have the detection. Impale comes through the mana burn. They're looking for the Burrow Strike. They're going to have a spell steal if they need it, but no, the Sandstorm comes out instead. Telekinesis wasn't in time. Fisher comes through, and again, they really don't get that much. If they can get this tier 2 tower, it would be huge, but they really don't find anything other than Dubu on that Tree Protector.
The disengage from DC is just too good. That's kind of what we were talking about. Okay, there's the burrow.
Nope. I look away for 1 second and Bulba dies. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it was an Ursa, so yeah, he dies pretty fast. But the Earthshaker is doing a ton of work this game. Like, Forev has had 2 really nice performances in the series so far.
Yeah. But they will lose the tier 2 tower. How worried are you if you're DC right now? You're fighting into an Ursa, this Farm Sand King, and this Troll Warlord as well, who's only going to get bigger. I mean, what's your thought process if you're DC here, Andy?
I mean, it gets a little sketch when 10-second BKBs come out. So, like, a Troll gets his BKB, Ursa gets his. That's probably the point in the game where Warriors Gaming has the best shot. So they will find Forev here bottom. Thinking maybe he could get away with that, but they punish him.
All right. 3,000 net worth advantage. It was about even a couple minutes ago. They're going to try to go on Chuan. Remnant's coming through. Series Chains miss. Oh, the Overgrowth goes as well. Abed. The creeps were there. And that's the chance you take with that ability.
Middle tower is under attack.
All right. That's pretty big. Dodging that gank.
Gives Warriors Gaming a lot of wiggle room now. They have some good aggro wards down. They have blinks on their heroes that need it. So the synergy between having a Nyx Assassin with the Sand King and the Ursa is that if a hero is ever isolated and you get the first opening stun and the Ursa gets on you, you're dead. Unless there's like an Earthshaker behind you or, you know, a tree or something like that. Because even things like Living Armor won't protect you from how much burst damage they have. The main reason why the bottom fight looked so bad for Warriors Gaming is because DC were in the area when they first engaged. So there was like Defensive Fissure, there was Overgrowth, there was Living Armor as well onto Mason. He was able to just walk it off. But if they're out of position, you die real fast.
Yeah, that's a very good point. It's not easy for DC in order to keep these heroes alive. Xnova coming through. He walked through the sentry, but he actually more walked by it than anything else. They do not see Xnova. Now they do. He walks into a sentry. Static Link coming in, looking for the Impale. The root is there from the Nature's Guys. The Troll will walk up, and Mason steals about 119 damage. Nature's Guys goes again. Nana has a double damage rune. Once the courier can't even find it, Zuba's going to die again. I mean, but he is the martyr at this point. And now everybody else from DC will get out successfully.
This is, it's been a struggle for Dubu since the laning phase. He got like solo killed by Kangaroo, and then he died like 2 or 3 more times in the lane. I would actually say the tri-lane at DC did not really do anything at all. As soon as they started leaving the lane, that's when they had success. Like sticking around against, you know, Xnova on his Nyx Assassin and then Kangaroo on the Sand King, it pretty much just gave them kills. Which is great for Warriors Gaming because their mid lane was not going well.
Yeah. They will smoke up. They're going to head to the high ground. They have Blink on the Earthshaker, but this smoke could be huge for Warriors Gaming. Remnanting away was going to be Abed. And it looks like DC kind of knows something is up here. Look at how deep Warriors Gaming are right now. And if anybody walks up to the high ground, this could be trouble. Abed is about to get jumped. Mason as well. Blink Burrow. Golem drop there, about to fall. Impale to fall up. That is beautiful team fight coordination and a beautiful smoke as well. Warriors Gaming get the 2 biggest kills they could have gotten in this game. Telekinesis keeps Rubik alive for a little bit, but here's that Blink Burrow again from Kangaroo. Echo Slam to turn. The Fish should have fall up as well. The Overgrowth. Burrow strike stolen. They're turning around. They've got the Ursa. They've got the Warlock as well. Kangaroo, he luckily dodges the Enchant Totem. The Burrow strike to come in. The Epicenter getting candled. Can he get it done? Another Burrow, and somehow that Living Armor keeps Bulba alive. He will eventually fall into 3-for-3 trade. The Enchant Totem coming again. Xnova gets off the Impale and might be able to make it away. Blinks out in time, but Forev, the counter initiation, comes in and keeps it even.
I don't know what's more surprising. The fact that they managed to find...
Radiant's middle tower.
So they killed the 2 cores when they dropped the rock, right? They killed the Razor and the Ember. Finding those 2 heroes together, very rare that that would happen. But then they somehow still trade even when their damage dealers are down. Like, what? What just happened?
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
And That is kind of scary then. Now with the blink dagger, you know, if those damage dealers are up, you know, they could essentially take that 5-on-5 fight. Obviously, it depends on the initiation, who goes where, but it's a bit sketchy. But there are some items coming up for Warriors Gaming.Unity. You have the Manta style now for Chuan, which is, he really needs against the Overgrowth. But I don't know, man. This is a weird game. I don't know what direction it's heading at this point.
Warriors Gaming are just ham. They just want to battle all the time, and it makes sense with their heroes. Like Nana's getting close to that Deso. I guess he's delaying the BKB because he doesn't want to get to that point in the game where, you know, if your 10-second BKBs don't accomplish anything, and you start to get to that lower duration, then you start to experience the same issues that you're having in the early game, which is we get kited a lot, Earthshake is super annoying, etc., etc. So I'm feeling like, you know, Warriors Gaming, they're going to hit a stronger timing, but DC are looking to, well, maybe they were going to go for the fight, not anymore.
Yeah, we'll see what they do. Roche back up right now, or at least just about. It was 3 seconds. And there it is. Meanwhile, smoke coming in. And that will be from DC. X-Nova already on the high ground. The smoke is broken. They need to drop a sentry or something. The Impale will come through onto 2. X-Nova is going to blink away, but can they find the Ursa? The Overgrowth will come out. He'll go for the TP. Forced away, but the telekinesis is there in time from Bulba. Nicely done. Searing Change to come out. Now the Hurricane Pike coming through as well. Nana taking a lot of damage, and the Enchant Totem from Forev will bring him down. A nice little pick there. Nana caught on the wrong side of the map, but he does at least finish his Desolator.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what's going to happen to him every single team fight if he doesn't have backup. So just the way they walked into the jungle and how they were looking to take that small engagement, just not really the greatest. Walking up into high ground, walking into a shrine. I guess just try to stay together a little bit more if you're going to be doing stuff like that. At the end of the day, they are still buying a lot of time for the troll. We haven't really talked about him much because, well, he hasn't been involved in many fights, but he's still farming very well. Highest on the net worth currently, and he's making his way towards that BKB. We saw, I think, the exact same build yesterday on troll against Treant Protector. You just kind of need Manta style. It's very, very frustrating.
Abed is, yeah, that's actually a good point. We did. I mean, like, he gets locked down so hard, especially against the Treant Protector. It's just nuts. And it might not seem like you get a lot of damage, but the defensive capabilities, you really need it. By the way,
well,
they
the fortunate part.
Snowball? I thought they saw X-Nova walking over that ward, by the way. The courier flew by.
I don't think there's not a sentry down, right? No.
He walked over here, and then the courier flew over it. So I think they might have spotted. It doesn't matter. He's already gone. Speaking of already gone, Doob is dead too. Yeah. See you later.
It's not a great tree game so far.
No. Not at all.
But yeah, as far as the troll itemization goes, he has it a bit easier this time around because he has a lot of other heroes on his team that deal good damage. So he doesn't need to feel bad about buying the Manta like yesterday when the troll had to be able to eat through MSS.
Echo Slam will keep him alive, but here's the Vendetta Impale and all of that good work done. And now this is going to be their road almost assuredly with Echo Slam down. So we're going to take this pretty quickly.
That was awkward. Casual walk by 3-man Echo into X-Nova.
They will make sure they secure this Roche. Abed came in with a sleight of fist, but all of a sudden, Warriors Gaming.Unity have now taken probably a pretty significant advantage here in this second game.
Getting the Roshan is pretty much, I guess, priority number one for a team like Warriors Gaming. When you have Ursa, you're just expected to get Roshan because you can do it at any point. You can do it very safely. You can do it very quickly. So you get the Roshan, you use that to get objectives, and then you hold the map control as long as you can after the fact to get another Roshan to end the game. That's kind of how the hero plays in a nutshell. But yeah, Warriors Gaming looking really solid at the moment.
So they are already working on this tier 2 tower. They really do want to focus on the high ground at some point, but Battle Trance allows this to get pushed so quickly. Living Armor does not even matter against a Ursa Troll Battle Trance. Pretty much what they can do is split push top like they're doing with Dubo and bottom with Abed. They cannot take a team fight into Aegis Cheese, I would imagine, especially with Echo Slam down. But the Dust will go. Dubo's, I think, dead again. Whirling Axes. He tried getting away with the Overgrowth, but man, this is one of the roughest 3 games you're ever going to see, I feel like.
It hasn't been great. Fortunately, he doesn't really need items to cast Overgrowth and Living Armor. That's the one solace he can take in this game. Even if he keeps walking the side lanes and dying, every time that happens, that means his other heroes aren't dying, and it also means that, you know, I'm pretty much not worth anything at this stage anyway. He's the lowest not worth in the game. He's taking pretty much the hard 5 at this point.
Yep.
So yeah, it sucks for him that he has to do it, but making those side lane pushes, keeping the creep wave pushed out that far, giving space for the other heroes to get items, it's kind of like the sacrificial role that you kind of get put in when the game goes like this.
Yeah. I mean, and that's fine. Like you mentioned, these other heroes are farming. They're given a chance because they have this farm, you know. And as good of a start as Mason had, he still needs these items, these BKBs, to help him out. I mean, like, they need this space, and Dubu is doing his damnedest. We haven't really talked about Abed either, and he's trying to go for Shiva's Guard. He has the Blink now, he's the Veil. The damage really hasn't been done. I mean, he's not really been involved in team fights. This has been one of the most lackluster Ember performances, and not by any fault of his own. I think it's just the game. They will find the next. There's going to be a sentry, and they will take him down, and that might push Warriors Gaming back. Of course, they do take the tier 2 tower before leaving. Dubu chasing, but there is a sentry, which of course Dubu knows now the creep wave is on him. Which, looking for that overgrowth, but couldn't find it. He'll drop his own sentry in the meantime. All right, then.
A pretty cool ward placement, too, by Warriors Gaming. I mean, it's a typical Tinker ward, but if you think about how DC want to take that fight, the Treant being able to get behind you and, like, overgrowth while you're retreating is a very scary thing. Because then,
yes,
you know, the Shaker could get a good echo, Abed can go in with his remnants and whatever, so it's a really nice team fight setup. Okay, goodbye for it. My god.
Okay, well, he's dead. I will say also, we talked about the Dubu tree being the hard 5, and a way to not have to like sit in those trees and kind of work your way by walking and getting that overgrowth is to have that Blink Dagger. And this is the problem with it. With him dying so often, he's not really that close to Blink Dagger. Even now, 30 minutes into the game, with only Tranquils, Orb of Venom, and Windlace, he is still pretty far away from that Blink. So he's, I don't know. He's got to find a way to get these initiations. I guess the Earthshaker makes it easier because of the Blink Dagger, but this is not looking like an easy game for DC. Now down 10,000 net worth, and again, they're still fighting into this Aegis Ursa. And X-Nova spotted Nature's Guys as he was trying to chase down Mason. We'll probably just TP. He does have a BKB if he needs to. He's got to sit top for now, but Mason should be getting back momentarily.
It's kind of weird because this game to me felt like DC had a pretty commanding lead with their lanes. But over time, and I guess on the back of Kangaroo and X-Nova, those two have had phenomenal performances so far in game number 2. They just whittle their way back into the game by getting picks. You know, Kangaroo kills Dubu like a trillion times. He gets a quick Blink Dagger. They get a couple of nice team fights, and even though DC are playing the fights pretty well, it feels like they're getting outmaneuvered a lot of the time. So for now, it's kind of, the onus is on DC to try to take momentum back.
I think one of the biggest things they were missing and why they were out of position half the time or getting outmaneuvered, as you mentioned, is the gem spirit, or the gem on the Ember Spirit. I mean, this is going to be a huge item that they desperately needed, and now they have it. They might be a bit more safe from X-Nova, who's really been the one finding these ganks. You know, his blinks, his vendettas have been huge. Kangaroo obviously doing a pretty good job too, but the gem I think is going to be a big pickup for them.
Yeah, anytime you can get the vision control advantage is going to be.
Oh, dude. I believe you're dead, my friend.
Look at how many heroes they're sending over here for this.
Yeah, I guess you could say space created, but the unfortunate thing is that nobody's pushing bottom. They actually took it back because they thought, okay, well, there's going to be some heroes here. But they get a little bit of room for Mason and crew. They also smoke up.
There was a lot off map. That's the scary thing. But yeah, like you mentioned, smoke is pop.
Echo Slam coming out. They really want this kill on Nana, and they're going to find it. A big pick, dead for 68 seconds. What can they do with this? Abed still chasing. When would be an ideal target? He does have Blink. The Remnant will come through. He's going to find the Searing Chains if he wants it. The Blink is there. The Flame Guard, Blink Burrow coming in, and now Boba is online. That Blink Dagger, Burrow Strike stolen as well, and they're going to try to turn this into a tier 2 tower. Is it possible for DC to come back? Let's see. I'm going to get this tower at the very least.
That's a really big swing because, yeah, they lose the tree, but they gain so much information from Dubu dying that they're able to set up a kill. You know, they had the one deep ward. They saw a couple of Warriors Gaming Unity members walking past it on their way towards mid, and they knew that they had the time to get the kill before anyone else would be able to react. So, I mean, Dubu dying again doesn't really matter to him. You know, it's like, okay, I'm dying a lot, whatever. I'm lowest net worth, whatever. But if my team gets something that big out of my death and Warriors Gaming, you know, going back into like passive farming mode, then it's well worth it.
And the thing is, too, he's almost at level 15. Then he gets the 90 gold per minute talent, which I'm assuming he's going to take because he can't find any pharmacy in.
Yeah,
and then he gets that blink dagger, man, and then it's huge.
Yeah, it's still game on for DC. And like I mentioned, the sketchiest part of the game for DC's perspective is kind of coming right now, because the 10-second BKB is now up on the Troll, and the 10-second BKB is now up on Nana, and he's also got DC. So this is like the biggest potential team fight for Warriors Gaming. If DC managed to win this, they will be back.
You see X-Nova, Victor, Steven's guard coming in. Kangaroo trying to turn this around. X-Nova's low spike careless, but he will fall. But Frev in trouble. Nana will chunk him down. BKB was popped. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Abed might need to think about leaving here. They're really trying to kite this Nana BKB. Overgrowth comes through, but there's the golem drop down as well. This is turning into a full 5-on-5 engagement right now. Epicenter coming through. They want Abed, and they're going to find him. Living armor. He's staying alive for now, but in trouble. Sleight of Fist coming through. Remnant is out, but he's slowed down and dropped. It looks like Gem on the deck. And they should take it. It's a 2-for-1 trade. Warriors Gaming will take it. The BKBs are now down, but so too is their big damage dealer on DC side in the Ember Spirit.
The power spike was just way too strong. Like the two 10-second BKBs, John didn't even have to use the cheats. He still got it in his inventory. There's no buyback on Abed either, and no overgrowth. So this is going to be tough. Could even potentially be Rax, depending on how Warriors Gaming plays it.
Burrow coming in. Mason now going to get jumped on. Burrow strike stolen by Bulba. On to 3 coming in. There's the leech seed. Mason still taking a lot of damage, but also linking a lot of it as well. Fisher coming out. They need more. Echo Slam blows away Nana. Can they get Kangaroo as well? When trying to go for the TP and will be successful. But what about Kangaroo? Sandstorm coming in. He drops the gem that they just picked up. Forev gets the double kill. It's the Echo Slams that are doing it. Oh, and they keep their tier 3 and especially Rax alive.
Dude, Bulba is like literally a god this game. The amount of times he's gotten Burrow and how many heroes he's consistently hitting with his Burrows when he has it. That 3-man Burrow just not only saved the life of the heroes, but it pretty much saved their tier 3 tower at the very least and got them 2 kills. Like that was disgusting. He's playing so well this game.
Mason might be in trouble. Blink and Pale going to come through. He needs to get this BKB off, and I don't think he can. The bash, it comes out immediately, and he cannot get away. Swan gets the RNG, and that is a, I think, 10-second BKB duration. No, 9-second BKB duration. Down the drain for the Razor.
That was overstaying your welcome a tiny bit. But, you know, sometimes you get first hit bash, and then you die. It's pretty unlucky too because it's a 10% chance on trolls. So okay.
Like Carapace, X-Nova, Kale. Meanwhile, they find the Nature's Guys hit, but Bulba in trouble. Overgrowth will come out. We'll save him for now, but he is going to get dropped in the end. They are trying to fight this for some reason. They're being very aggressive. Rev is going to get chased down. There's the Sleight of Fist Searing Chains, but the BKB comes out, and so does the Spike Carapace. Abed needs to leave 4F down, but there's the Blink Burrow, and instead they might turn onto him. The Impel to follow up, and all of a sudden, DC starting to throw whatever sort of swing they had going away. Abed is going to remnant down to the low ground. He's going to try to remnant a 3rd time, and will be able to get out with a Blink potentially. He has his bots available, and he's going to go for the TP. Can they find this Blink Burrow? No, Kangaroo doesn't have the Blink up. So luckily they will keep Abed alive. If they lose 3 heroes right in a row, and again, it's Roche. That is not great for DC.
Their timing was pretty bad there, to be honest. Like, they lost Mason. They had to have known Roshan was going to be spawning. And then they fight mid, but they don't have Mason. That just seemed like a very, I don't know if it was miscommunication, or maybe they thought they had the time to be able to push and then get out. But either way, like, that whole series of events, maybe they just got too overconfident because they defended bottom so well? I don't know, that was just really strange. But yeah, like you mentioned, Warriors Gaming now, full force, just going to be barreling down that bottom lane. Tower is still like, I guess 75%. But Warriors Gaming now split up too.
He is going to get forced away. Tron taking a lot of damage. Kangaroo. Golem drop, but it's just on the edge of Pale. Misses as well. Enchant Totem coming through. They want Wen. He's already taken a lot of damage, and if Mason gets to him, he will surely die. There's the Plasma Field. The enchant totem will miss, but here's the remnant. They secure the kill, and now Golem is down as well. Okay. All right. I don't know how this is what's happening, but something surely is.
It's very, very strange that both teams, like, they win something decisively, and then their first inclination is to split up, and then a fight happens that they're not prepared for because they're split up, and then they can't do what they want to do with the fight they just won. It's happened in a very large amount of times.
It's becoming a clown fest, Andy. That's all I can say.
That's fair.
All right, well, we're going to watch DC smoke up. They may find X-Nova. Blink, Echo Slam coming in. They want this kill on the troll. He pops the BKB and the cheese. And Golem was stolen, by the way, on Bulba. Can they do enough damage here? Warlock is about to respawn. They've already lost the Treant. Coming in, Mason trying to fight this. BKB is going through from Nana. Swans is now down, and Abed is out of mana. The Burrow Strike from Bulba again. On to 3, the Fade Bolt. When will drop now? The remnant away from Abed is there. Mason is low, but there's the Hurricane Pike, and Chuan has to leave. He needs to get out. Another Burrow is ready with the Blink Dagger, and Chuan about to get caught. Telekinesis first. He's dropped out. A double kill from Bulba, and they're looking for more. The Yule Scepter comes in. They've got the Enchant Tone. He gets it off in time, and now Nana trying to man fight. That's just the Aegis. Remnant coming through from Abed. He's going to TP home, regen up real quick, and then come back in. The Burrow Strike is there. The fish will fall up, and Nana will fall. He will get the Enrage off, but it will do little to nothing. 4 dead for Warriors Gaming Unity, and Bulba is a god in this game.
Dude, Bulba's so good at Dota. What the hell?
It's insane.
What's happening right now?
I don't. He is just.
They commit,
he has
like,
turned it on.
They commit Echo to Troll Warlord. It pretty much does nothing, right? Like, he BKBs, but then there's no lockdown in the vicinity for him to hit heroes. Like, that's one of the biggest issues that Warriors Gaming suffers. So, like, if the Sand King stun's not there, or the Nyx stun's not there, and you pop your BKB and anything,
Epicenter, they're going for Mason, but he's still fine. Burrow Strike stolen again, coming in, and Pale to follow up. They want Mason. He's got BKB. Static Link going to work. Meanwhile, they've dropped the third as Abed was diving the fountain. Bringing went down for another 50 seconds. He would have had his Golem in 14. He has no buyback. Now coming in, they're going to Living Armor Mason back up and try to regen him. He still has that BKB. Backdoor protection is going, though. They need another creep wave, and I think they have to back. Coming in, X-Nova finds the Impale. Is Dubu dead again? No. Another force away. He's got Blink, and he's going to be able to get out. He doesn't have TP, but the rest of them do, and they will make it out.
Good disengage there. Didn't lose anything. Just get to walk it off. This game is extremely back and forth. Just not even, what, 5 minutes ago, Warriors Gaming had like almost a 10k net worth lead, and they had Roshan, and they were walking down bottom, and then they just split up for whatever reason. And then DC, like, pounce on the opportunity. They run across the map. They take a really weird initiation, but still manage to make it work. Kangaroos?
Damn, that enchant totem damage.
Fine.
Yeah, he should be good. And they might even
Speaking
try to turn this.
Yeah.
Burrow Strike coming out. I don't know about this fight. Echo Slam comes in. The Golem gets dropped as well. Nana BKB, but there's the Overgrowth. He does get off the Enrage, but the Static Link is still stealing so much damage. Mason trying to force him down. Nana will fall again. Coming in. Burrow Strike stolen one more time from Bulba. They're going to try to go on Chuan. He's got BKB. He still has cheese as well. They're going to try to chase him down. Abed, he's got the Remnants. He's got Searing Chains back in 3. BKB about to drop. Slide it for Searing Chains. That will miss. They cannot chase him down any further. Instead, they'll turn their attention to X-Nova. There's the Remnant coming back in. He does have the Spike Carapace. Searing Chains back up at 1. Great Blink. Can he TP in time? They need a Fisher. They need something, and they will not find it. He was able to get out, but again, they will still lose Nana for Warriors Gaming Unity.
I can't believe that was Fog. That did not look like he was standing in Fog of War, but apparently he was. Huh. Interesting. But,
Yeah, it looks like he was out in the open, right? That was a little weird.
well, I have the... what's it called map? The Under the Sea map, basically. So to me, it looked like he was standing in the middle of the lane. I don't know how it looks on the other maps, but...
It looks exactly as you said as well. I mean, it looked pretty like he was out in the open. I don't know. That was a little weird, but... Anyway,
Nana,
he makes it out.
Yeah, Nana kind of biffed it there, because he overlapped his Enrage with his BKB, but I don't know if he had vision of but he got the Overgrowth cast on him after he used both of his escapes, so it's like... That's really rough, because you shouldn't ever really pop them both at the same time unless you're about to die. Like, if you're at 5% HP, then sure, you can do it, because that way you don't get disabled, you get some damage off, and you get the damage reduction from Enrage, but because he used them both at the same time and then ate a full duration overgrowth, that fight was just instantly lost.
All right, man. As you mentioned previously, back and forth we go. Another big item picked up for DC is Abed's Radiance, and now he's going to be building into BKB as well, which, fair enough. Uh-oh, though. This might be a big fight. Dubu is able to blink out in time. I thought for a second he was caught there. They will still find him. Overgrowth will go. Albert is up onto the Ursa, even with that BKB, and his BKB is going to be down momentarily, trying to go for that TP. They get the Nature's Guy's Root coming in, and it's canceled, and now Nana in trouble. Echo Slam coming in as well. They're going to find one. Chuan turning it on to Abed, but he remnants out. Epicenter coming through, but it's just on the Earthshaker as he Yule Scepters, and they're going to try to get out Chuan as well as Kangaroo, looking for the disengage. They need the Nature's Guy's if they cannot find it, and Chantota misses as well. They will get the hit off, but here comes Xnova, the Impale coming through, but there's the Sleight of Fist Searing Chains. Burrow Strike from Kangaroo. Bulba has been using it all game. He actually stole Epicenter, by the way. Kangaroo in trouble. The Shrine will go 3 down with no buyback from WarriorsGaming.Unity, including the Ursa, and they will go to work on this tower. And Kangaroo trying to defend. Here we go. Blink telekinesis. They're also going to find Chuan. The root coming out. He has to Manta away from it. Kangaroo will fall in the back lines. GG is called. DC have done it. They have turned it around from a 10,000 net worth disadvantage and 2-0 WarriorsGaming.Unity.
That was a very strange game to watch. I really think that Warriors Gaming had it. Like, they had it in their hands, Mott. They had Aegis, they had a 10k plus net worth lead. All they had to do was go to one lane as 5 heroes.